What's up, Full Ride Nation? We're back for another one. For all y'all that don't know me, Christopher, former D1 walk-on turned starter. Here to help you guys with all your basketball hopes and dreams. Here for your daily motivation. Today's video is response to Nate Jones. He sent me a comment asking, well, saying that he hasn't played organized basketball, but he plays a lot of pickup and practices 2 hours a day, and wants to know if he can actually make the high school team but never playing organized basketball. And says he's a sharpshooter and his jumper's a little bit unorthodox. Should he change it? Well, first and foremost, what you didn't tell me is how old you are, but I'm assuming that you're in high school, so I'm gonna make these assumptions, right? So if you've gotten to this point with an unorthodox jump shot, honestly, orthodox, it really doesn't matter. They're looking at numbers and consistency. That's what they're basing on, how consistent and how good your jump shot is. You can have pretty form, but if you're missing, it really doesn't matter. They're looking at percentages. So if you have mastered the way that you shoot and it works for you, continue to do it. Now, let's attack as far as you not playing organized basketball. And so that means that you haven't been playing in any leagues and or probably hadn't played in high school. Is it too late? Absolutely not. Because at the end of the day, a lot of these schools do kind of have their teams kind of solidified as far as the players as you get to your junior and senior year. But coaches are always looking for new talent because there's always somebody new who might move to the area or some new prospect. So you always have a shot. Don't ever think you don't have a shot. But with that being said, if you haven't been at this particular school, high school, for the entire 4 years, it's going to be a little bit harder because remember, a lot of these guys have played their freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, senior year, so the coaches know them and all that, so the teams are kind of set. But here's also the thing about that. I mean, that's competition because it's just like in college when you got to go compete. So it's always a chance for you to play. Don't ever think that, but you got to be real with yourself and make sure that your game is up to snuff and that you're working on your game. Because you got to remember one thing. You got to go take somebody's position. Somebody who's been there. Somebody who wants it. Somebody who already has the coach's ear. But it can be done. Trust me, it can be done. It's done every day. It's done all the time. So don't think for a moment that you can't do it. But you got to be real with yourself. You got to be putting in the time. You got to be putting in the practice. You need to know what position you're trying to play, who plays that position, what are their strengths and what are their weaknesses, because that's who you're going to have to go and steal time from, all right? And whoever the backup is, you got to be prepared. You got to be prepared to take that backup's position. You got to be prepared to get him cut. So that's the mindset that you need to have, Nate Jones. So anyway, Full Ride Nation, that's it for me for today. Y'all know the drill. Let's compete.